And this week marked 5 years since the COVID-19 pandemic spun our lives upside down. And while much of the world went back to normal, many people are still reeling from the effects of the disease. And today marks International Long COVID Day, meant to highlight those who are still struggling. And as Nama Weingarten reports, along with lasting symptoms, they're dealing with unanswered questions.
Pillowcases line the grounds of Queen's Park. On them, people and children describing how long COVID upended their lives. A 13-year-old who can't go to school anymore, detailing a lost childhood. A woman who had to move back in with her parents. A former paralegal who had to quit her job, wondering, how do you move on from the loss of yourself? As the world marks 5 years since the COVID-19 pandemic started, many consider it a thing of the past. But Saturday's International Long COVID Day is meant to highlight those who are still living with the aftermath of the disease.
This is one of the rare occasions when I've left my house other than for medical appointments.
Anne-Marie used to work as a lawyer until a case of COVID in 2020 left her with fatigue and cognitive issues lasting to this day.
We don't want to be forgotten. We don't want to be left behind because as the world moves on, there's an increasing number of us who are unable to move on because we can't go back to normal.
Even children, like Rebecca's 13-year-old son, haven't been spared.
His abdominal pain also got worse to the point he'd wake me up in the middle of the night, begging me to take away his pain.
It's still unclear just how many Canadians have long COVID, when symptoms last more than 12 weeks after someone has been infected. But a 2023 report from Statistics Canada says roughly 1 in 9 Canadian adults had COVID symptoms long-term. That's an estimated 3.5 million Canadians. The impact can range from mild symptoms to serious disabilities. It can show up as shortness of breath, general pain, and even memory and concentration issues. And with the debilitating symptoms lingering, they're also left with unanswered questions.
And the only certainty we have is uncertainty.
The Public Health Agency of Canada estimates caring for those with long COVID can cost Canadians up to $50 billion. Dr. Angela M. Chung is running a trial to find the solutions, but she says there's still a way to go.
We don't have the whole picture, so we have different parts of a puzzle, basically. We don't have a cure.
And while we still haven't nailed down exactly why some get long COVID while others don't, Canada's chief science advisor says time is of the essence.
Given that the virus is with us, is circulating with us, it means that more people are going to be suffering from these conditions.
Events like this one are taking place all over Canada, with the Canadian COVID Society encouraging people to write to their local MPPs and advocate for increased funding for research, health services, and support programs for those still struggling. Nama Weingarten, CBC News, Toronto.